I'm Lauren Kelly and I'm an athlete. I've been involved for Special Olympics for 10 years. My sports are bocce ball, soccer, track and field, and bowling. And my favorite sport is soccer because I love running around and kicking the ball and just scoring and having a good time. I got involved by volunteering with Denver Parks and Rec, and then I decided I want to be an athlete, so that's how I became an athlete with Special Olympics of Colorado.
So Lauren has two older siblings. My husband Pat and I have 3 children, our daughter Megan and our son Neil.
Megan is a really good sister to me. We had our moments when we were little, but she's really good with me. Like if my parents are out of town, I would call her, tell her I'm doing okay. So she's there to support me. I just love having her as a sister. And then my brother Neil, who has cerebral palsy, he's really good. He doesn't talk or anything, but we can understand what he wants. But I understand him very well, and he really I love being around him. You know, I'd say, hey Neil, how you doing? And he just gives me a smile, or he wants to give me a hug. So I really enjoy being around with my sister and my brother when I get to him.
Our son Neil is quite impacted with his disability. He uses a wheelchair. He's not verbal and lives in a group home of people who take wonderful care of him. We visit him often. And then Lauren, whose disabilities weren't always apparent. In many ways, you would never know, looking at Lauren, that she faces challenges in navigating the world. And it was, it definitely was teamwork for my husband and me. It was hard finding daycare, for instance, for a child with disabilities as significant as our son's. So we did shift work. So I'd be home during the day and my husband would work at night, for instance. And also we had wonderful support from our family and friends, and that's not always the case. And we don't take it for granted that we had family and friends who loved us and supported us and helped us care for Neil and Lauren and our oldest daughter, Megan, in small ways and large ways. Supported us, loved our kids, and understood that we were facing some real challenges. But Lauren, when she was old enough to, helped us with Neil, and she became adept at moving wheelchairs around and understanding that people sometimes look different, but they're still people with a heart and a soul.
My life before Special Olympics was not really good. I didn't make friends, I didn't do sports, I felt out of place. I just wasn't there. People didn't realize I had a disability, and I think they didn't know like disability people can be regular, and they're like, no, we don't want to be friends with you because of your disability. And that just put me down through middle school and high school.
Lauren faced many challenges, both in her learning and her social life. So she experienced a lot of rejection growing up. She didn't have many friends, not many friends who had her best interests at heart, that's for sure. And we were always looking for some positive experiences for her to be involved in. She didn't really have a group to belong to, and it was hard for her. What I've been reflecting on is how glad I am that her dad and I reached out to the village to find ways to support Lauren in the community. And I encourage other parents to do that. It's very hard to meet somebody's needs, just the two of us, and we found we were really floundering in her young adulthood. To find positive, productive people for her to be around. And so I'm glad we reached out to Special Olympics. I'm glad she found a home here, and I'm glad we didn't try and do it all ourselves.
When I started volunteering at Special Olympics, that's where I felt my place. I was like, oh, this is my place right here, you know.
That's another thing about Special Olympics that has been so wonderful is Lauren has a group to belong to. She has true friendships with other people who are pursuing goals and positive directions in their life.
Oh, I made a lot of friendships. Just being friends with everybody, you know, on different teams. It just feels good, you know, just being proud of who you are and just having teammates and just saying, hey, let's be friends, you know, and it feels really good to have friends.
You know, when Lauren was a young adult, she wanted to go to take some college classes, which we knew would be challenging for her. But it was one way we found of having her be around positive, goal-oriented people. When that became too difficult for her, she found Special Olympics, and that has been a wonderful way for her to be around people, because sometimes Lauren can be led, and as long as somebody's leading her in a positive, productive, goal-oriented direction, we're happy. If we hadn't found Special Olympics, she wouldn't be as far as she is in her communication skills, in her teamwork skills, and just generally, she wouldn't have much to do on the weekends, to be honest with you. And it's not just to give her something to do, it's to give her a purpose in life. It's a reason to get up in the morning because she has an event to get to, or a practice to get to, or a competition to get to. So it's given her purpose.
My goals in life is just to be an ambassador for Special Olympics and reach out to other people in the community.
We've watched her grow through Special Olympics, and it wasn't always easy for her. It's taken structure and support and wonderful groups of people who have supported her through her journey. In the last year or two, we've seen her just really blossom with Special Olympics, volunteering for polar plunges at 8 in the morning, encouraging other athletes, and participating in every sport that she can outside of work and so forth. And we're very, very proud of her.
People with disabilities, don't give up, just be who you are. Just tell people that you have a disability and that you want to be accepted into their group no matter what you are.